welcome to the first episode of Don't Take It Personal. My name is Sarah Kudrna, and I'm excited to do this project. In this video, I'm gonna kind of explain what this project is, what I'm gonna be doing, and kind of the premise of everything here. I'm doing this project as a part of a class called Methods and Practices for Public Communication in Ministry. We're going through different ways of telling stories and communicating that can be used for ministry. And part of that is creating a YouTube channel. And my YouTube channel is Don't Take It Personal. In this series, I am going to be taking personality tests, I'm going to be reviewing them, I'm going to be explaining my answers, and I am also going to be comparing my answers between personality tests. Because sometimes you can get conflicting answers from different tests, and so I'm going to see if I get any of those. I have always really been into personality tests. I think they're fascinating. I think that they're so cool, and there are so many reasons to take them, but I also think there are some negatives to them. And so in this video, I'm going to kind of go through what I think the positives and the negatives of personality tests are. I personally really love personality tests, and for a multitude of reasons. One of those reasons is I believe that life is a process of understanding and learning who you are. You're constantly growing and changing and relearning who you are, and I think personality tests are a really cool way of learning those subconscious things that we can't always suss out ourselves. I think personality tests give us language to use to describe ourselves, and that language becomes common language. Myers-Briggs revolutionized the words introvert and extrovert, and those are words that we can use to help describe ourselves to other people and allow other people to understand how we relate to the world and to other people. They create empathy between people who understand what they mean. And I think that's a really cool way of understanding both ourselves and each other. I also think they're kind of fun. They're just a really fun thing to do, to pass some time and answer questions about yourself. It's a really good time to sit down and be introspective about who you are. The questions sometimes can be deep and hard to answer. It forces us to think within ourselves of who are we really and what do we think about certain subjects and about ourselves. They ask us to be honest, and if we are, that is a choice all in our own. But also, I think personality tests have their faults, for sure. They are not a perfect science. They're not a science really at all. One of the faults is I think humans are much more complicated than we can ever even comprehend, let alone try and describe through a personality test, through 40 questions that we answer on our computer during our lunch break. I think humans and the human psyche is so deep and rich, and everyone is so different because of the circumstances that they grew up in, their own mental health, that you can't fully describe a person in a series of numbers or letters or even words. I think personality tests are hard because then we begin to compare different personality types and almost put them on a hierarchy of like, this is the best type of person, and then all of these other people suck. And that can be really harmful, and that can be really hurtful to people, to rank these personality types and say that certain ones are better, when in actuality all personalities and all people have their faults and have their flaws and have their issues. Personality tests are hard because they force you to be honest, and I think that honesty is really hard, especially with ourselves. We're really good at fooling ourselves into who we are or who we want to be, and so I think at times we lie on personality tests, and then we don't get correct answers, and then what's the point, honestly? So in this series, I have to make 10 videos. This is the first one. And in the other 9 videos, I will be taking different personality tests and I will be reviewing them. And here are the 9 that I believe that I am going to do. Please do not hold me to this. I may change my mind. I'm allowed to do that. I'm a human. It's okay. In my other videos, here are the personality tests that I believe that I am going to examine. I am going to look at Enneagram, Myers-Briggs, Strengths Quest. I'm going to do a BuzzFeed quiz show. I'm going to look at the DISC assessment, IQE, Hexaco. I'm going to look at a test that tells you how you handle conflict and your conflict type, and a personality test that's called You Just Get Me. Some of these tests I've taken before, some of them I have never heard of and just looked up on the internet and haven't taken yet, and I'm excited to do that. So I'm going to try and post a little regularly. I've got to get 10 videos out in 7 weeks, which is a little hard, but I'm really excited for this project. I think it's going to be really interesting, and it's going to force me to cultivate a new skill within myself. And so, if you would like to go along, please check out my other videos and don't take it personal.